Hey y'all, it's Katie. Welcome back to From My Vanity. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to check out another one of my videos. And today I'm super excited to be sharing this video because it is a collab video with Paige from Thrifty Beauty here on YouTube. Now, if you don't know who Thrifty Beauty is, I am very excited to be able to introduce you to her because I think you will absolutely love her. She's a very practical shopper. She is definitely a makeup addict or just a makeup enthusiast like myself, and she loves makeup and she loves kind of keeping up with the trends and the makeup that's releasing and all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, she's very practical and she's able to kind of take a step back and be like, is this original? Do you really need this kind of approach to makeup? And I just love all her videos. She doesn't only do those type of videos where she's really critiquing a collection or a new release. She also does project panning. She also does a kind of like a makeup rehab, or I forgot what she calls it. I'm totally blanking on it. But it's where she shares all the purchases that she's made from the past month, sharing what she spent on it and what she thought about the product, and just kind of keeping track of her purchases so she doesn't go overboard. And it's a way for her to keep herself accountable, which I think is so really awesome and amazing, because there are definitely some months when I think and look back at what I've purchased where it's like, oof, Katie, you blacked out there. So I really enjoy watching those videos. I really enjoy her channel. So when she reached out and asked if I wanted to collab, I was like, yes, of course. I love your channel. I love your video. I love your personality. I'm so excited. So yeah, we are collabing today on this video. So she had this idea to take some collabs that have happened with brands and share what we would have changed. And I've taken a long time to think about this because there's so many brands and collaborations that pop into my head instantly as like, yes, I would have wanted to change that. But I really took some time to think about it. I've been thinking about this for like 2-3 weeks at this point. I'm trying to think of what kind of angle do I want. There's just so many collabs. How do I want to do this? And I finally decided to do 2 collaborations that I was really hyped for when I first heard that they were collaborating. And then when I saw everything in the collection, I was just like, no, I'm passing. So yeah, we're going to be talking about 2 brands here today. But before we dive into that, I did want to say thank you to Paige for collaborating with me on this video. And for anyone who's coming over from Paige's channel, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy. All right, so the first collaboration that I knew I wanted to do was the Dose of Colors collaboration with Desi and Katy. Katy is Luster Lux on YouTube, and then Desi, I think it's just Desi Perkins on YouTube. I don't follow either of them. I did follow them both when they did the actual initial collaboration because I kind of wanted to get to know them better. I mean, I knew of them beforehand, but I just didn't follow them because they didn't put out content that I was very interested in. And then honestly, since that collaboration, I've watched a couple of their videos, but for me, if I'm not clicking on a person's videos to watch, I tend to unsubscribe. I'm no longer subscribed to any of them now, but it's honestly nothing against them. They're just something about what the content they were putting out I wasn't super interested in at this time. I mean, every now and then I go back to both of their channels and watch a video or two just to see if, oh, maybe I want to subscribe again. But at this time, I'm not subscribed. As I said, no reason why. But anyway, all that to say, when they teased that they were coming out with a collaboration, I got excited. And as I said, I didn't follow either of them at the time, so I don't know why I got excited, but I really like Dose. So I was like, ooh, this seems really interesting. I really want to see what they're coming out with. And honestly, I really want to make a purchase because I really like Dose as a brand. And everything I knew about Desi and Katy seemed phenomenal, and their makeup always looks amazing. So I was excited to see what they would come out with. Now, they came out with a lot, so kudos to them. I thought that was amazing. They came out with 2 highlighters, 2 lipsticks, 2 liquid lipsticks, a lip gloss, and then a little eyeshadow palette, or like quad. The packaging looks amazing. Like, oh my goodness, the packaging on that little quad. I almost bought it so many times just for the packaging, but I kept talking myself out of it because they marketed it as something that you would have to use with your fingers, use wet, and it just sounded like pressed glitters. And for me at this stage in my life, I'm pressed glitters. I'm like, I don't really want to mess with them. I'm not someone who likes to work with difficult eyeshadows, especially when I have so many eyeshadow palettes that are so easy to work with. But just hearing that you would have to kind of finagle them, I talked myself out of it. And then as reviews came out, and even since then, I've been watching declutters and I see them in declutters, and some people declutter them, but some people are like, I'm not going to declutter because it's the collab and I love the packaging, but I never reach for it. So I feel like I made a good choice, but it kind of broke my heart that I couldn't buy it. And then honestly, just looking at the colors, I was very bored. I mean, I understand because if you go look at their Instagram, they're very like neutral glam. That's kind of like their signature, like very neutral colors, but glam. And so I get it in the quad, but they were just very neutral and very, I mean, you could go glam with it because they were so like sparkly and shiny and all that. But I would have loved to seen a quad where they weren't so difficult to work with, either just making a palette with regular shimmers in it or even do like a metallic version, because even metallic shadows are pretty easy to work with. And then also at least one matte, so that if you just took that quad, you could at least get a look and have a little matte to either smoke out in the outer corner or just warm up the crease a little bit. And then for the other ones, it would have been neat to see, yes, neutral, but maybe just one, not even a pop of color, but just a different colorful neutral, I guess. Just would have liked to seen a green, I feel like would look really pretty, because they're both very tanned kind of skin tones, along with the bronze and like maybe a gold shadow. That I think would have been really pretty. And if it wasn't a difficult formula to work with, if it was just a regular shimmer or metallic kind of formula, I would have bought that, because there would be one matte that I can always work with, and then 3 different types of still neutral but still color. Because to me, I mean, green is neutral, but it's a color I love to play with, and nobody loves to come out with green eyeshadow palettes. But yeah, that quad, if they had come out with that type of quad, I would have purchased it in a heartbeat. And I forgot to say that I'm going to be sticking pictures here. I'm going to try to Photoshop it. It's going to be pretty rough Photoshopping because I'm not very good at it, but just so you get an idea of what I would have liked to see. So I'm going to be drawing from eyeshadows that are existing just so I can get the color that I want. But yeah, this is kind of the idea that I would have preferred to have seen instead of just what they did come out with. So the other collaboration that I would have liked to change is the Kat Von D and Too Faced collaboration. When they teased this, I was so excited because I'm a big fan of Kat Von D and I'm a big fan of Too Faced. So I was like, oh my goodness, if these two collab, bring their very different sides of makeup together, that's gonna be so fun, so different, so unique. I'm getting it. And then they were teasing, and then it finally revealed, and I was just like, there's no way I can justify that price, because the palette was so, not boring, but it was a palette that I wouldn't use. And I'll put the picture here, but when they revealed that palette and I saw it, the only color out of both sides that intrigued me was the red. That's it. Everything else just looks so blah. Now real quick, before we get into what I would have changed with the palettes, they did also come out and include Kat Von D's tattoo liner and then the Better Than Sex mascara, which I thought was phenomenal because both of those products are what each of the brand is like very well known for, and they kind of go with an eyeshadow palette. So I thought that was a great add. But anyway, let's get into the palette, because as I said, the only thing I was interested in out of that palette was the red shade. What I would have liked to have seen, and I think would have been really cool, was if the Kat Von D side was all matte and then the Too Faced side was all shimmer. Because I don't know why, but I always think Kat Von D is just matte and then Too Faced is like shimmer, glitter, sparkle, you know, that they're just all the sparkly stuff is Too Faced. So I think that would have been really cool if the Kat Von D side was all matte and the Too Faced side was all shimmer or metallic. And they have, Too Faced now has proved with their Too Faced chocolate chip gold or gold chocolate chip palette that they can do metallics very well, so they could have put those in here. But on the Kat Von D side, the mattes, I wouldn't have mind keeping that red, but I think it would have been really good to have put like one of their deep purples. I would have liked to seen a deep green in there. I think it would have been good to put some kind of brownish shade to use as a transition, because I feel like everyone needs those in a palette. But honestly, I wouldn't have minded if it didn't have that, but I feel like we should put one in there, so kind of a mid-tone brown shade. And then I would have also liked to seen a type of green, and you could have even kept the black or just make it like a really dark, deep brown that could kind of go black if you packed it on enough, you know, like that really deep brown. I think that would have been cool, and that would have kind of completed the Kat Von D side. So going over to the Too Faced side, I would have liked to seen like a rose gold, a fun gold, like a gold kind of like from their chocolate gold palette would have been good. They do green, they've done green before, that's very pretty and metallic. Again, all these would be like their metallic finish that they have in their chocolate gold palette, and I think that would be really pretty. A silver, a really true metallic silver, I think would be gorgeous to pair with like that red. That would be pretty. And then I would have also liked to seen purple or even blue. This is the palette I would have liked to have seen, and if I saw this palette come out, I would have bought it in a heartbeat. Yes, I know that it's not like super friendly to the mass market, which is probably why they came out with the palette that they did, but I feel like this would have brought a lot of uniqueness to people's collection, and people who are makeup addicts like me would have purchased it, because overall I feel like this collection did not do well, at least from everything I heard. I heard some people say that the Kat Von D side was good and like that's the only side they wanted to keep, and that the Too Faced was crap. Too Faced. But yeah, I feel like if they came out with that, it would have done so much better. I just feel like the Kat Von D and Too Faced collaboration was a total miss when it could have been a total success, because you're taking two brands that people love and you're making a collaboration, and so you're thinking that, well, all these people who love Kat Von D and all these people who love Too Faced are gonna all come together and love this combo palette. And I think it was really neat because I don't really hear, if ever, two brands collaborating. You often hear brands and influencers. And I just feel like it was a missed opportunity, because the Kat Von D side, people who like Kat Von D is like, boring, or like me, like, okay, that red is nice, but boring to the rest. And then the Too Faced side of people were like, what am I gonna do with that? That was my response, because when I saw the Too Faced side, I was like, what am I gonna do with that? It all looks like so mid-tone and kind of monotone. And then the Kat Von D side, I didn't really know what I would do with like the gray and the black. The red intrigued me, but everything else was just like, what am I gonna do with that? So anyway, all that to say, this is what I would have liked to have seen from their collaboration, along with the mascara and the liner. I think that would have been really cool, and if they came out with something at least a little close to this, I would have purchased it. So there you have it. Those are the two collaborations, and I feel like mostly I just focus on the palettes because I am a palette addict, but that's what I would have changed in order to have made me purchase from that collection, because those two were just such a big bummer. I got really excited, really hyped, and it just kind of fell flat for me. But I'd love to hear from you guys. What do you think about my redesigning? Please take into consideration that I'm not very artistic and I have a very hard time like seeing color, but I really I tried to think, okay, what would I do with these palettes? And the colors that I put in those palettes, I saw looks that I could create with all of them. Maybe not good looks, but in my eyes, like, I would have tried them and I think I would have liked them. So do keep that in mind. I'm not very artistic. I'm not very good at like taking all these like color theory and stuff like that. I'm not good at that. But I gave it a try. And so I'd love to hear what you guys think about it. Or if you totally disagree with me, let me know that as well. And let me know what you would have liked to see. Or if you purchased it and thought the collection was fantastic on its own, you can let me know that too. That's okay. This is all makeup. We're all good. But yeah, that about wraps up this video. Make sure you go over to Paige's channel and check out the video that she did and see what she would have changed in collaborations. And thank you so much, Paige, for collaborating with me on this video. I had a lot of fun kind of thinking over and milling over what I would have changed. But yeah, with all that said, that wraps up this video, and I will see you guys very soon in the next one. Bye, guys.